Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie back here for yet another broadcast of the relive series, I guess if you want to call them. Just kind of going back and enjoying some old Brood War right here. It's gonna be the Coca-Cola OSL Group D tiebreakers, round of 8, game 3, if you gotta want to call it that, between IntoTheRain and Isaac. Gonna be an interesting match for sure. We've yet to see what the map will be, so we'll see how that goes down. If you guys missed the last game, didn't really miss too much actually. Marine is a player that is very interesting to me because while that guy has a lot of potential, and not like it really matters because I can't really predict the future because it's already happened. 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on have already happened in the course of history. But if I was to predict at this time where that guy was headed, I mean, Marine, if he can manage to keep up a better decision-making in a game. Now, again, it's hard to tell what would be a good decision back then because not everything may have been founded. I'm not really sure if the general response to like if you're ahead in the game is to take more expansions. Like, I don't know if that was in the thought process of players' heads. I don't really know what else would be, but the fact is I think if Marine had better decision making last game and just kept on doing those boxer-esque engagements that we saw where the crowd was just overjoyous the way that he engaged Isaac, he would probably won that match pretty easily, and his TVZ would be really well profound. But of course, that is not who we're playing today. Oh, and look at my oh, Steam, go away, please. But the point is, we are now here, and these will be, so these are the current people going around of 8. We just don't know who's Group D. Now, do I know these players now? I know the guy in the left is Boxer. I know that. I just don't know who the other guy is. The other. Well, I'll relearn their names, of course, over time. But as this is Brood War and stuff like that. So again, today's match will be, or this video's match will be between Isaac and IntoTheRain. IntoTheRain is a Protoss player. I used to know this guy, his style a bit better. I feel like, again, it's what 2 months will do to your knowledge of what StarCraft players are. I don't really remember Isaac. We just saw him. Nothing too crazy from Isaac though. Played the map correctly, or he played the generic build order at the time for that map for Zerg and Terran versus Zerg. So nothing too out of the ordinary for him. If I was to predict, I'm just gonna go with IntoTheRain on this one because he's known to be a really strong Protoss. However, though, I might be rooting for the underdog here just because Protosses at this time have always been really bad. I mean, I don't even know when Protoss ever kind of made a comeback. Maybe 2005-6 era, where Protosses finally started being able to do Forge FEs on the maps. Cause like, what does Protoss do in this scenario? Like, if they played on Neo Legacy of or Neo Jungle Story, you can't do a Forge FE in that map. There's nowhere to do a proper SimCity unless you're gonna put in like 10 gateways to wall off. And even at that time, it's like, well, you're gonna have no units, and then you're not gonna have a Nexus down, and you're gonna have no probes. Like, there's no way to proper Forge FE on that map, and that really limits what Protosses can do. Not to say that a Forge FE is not there are other options, but it's feel like, well, you're restricted to one basing only, and that itself is not that even entertaining to watch, and nor does it give you a lot of options to get a little bit more creative with your builds, because then Zerg only have to prepare for a very small pool of what they need to do. I mean, they can go out and expand as much as they really want, especially on that map, just because it's so large. It'll be hard to 2-gate. Okay, so this map will actually be Ragnarok, my favorite map of this map pool. For Protoss, definitely some potential here. And I say that because if they can break that, what will happen on this map is if you're looking at that, where does Zerg kind of put the Sim City for that third hatch? They actually put in between the really large choke point between the natural and the main base, like that crevice. It's not even like the choke point. It's like, I don't know. You'll see it if Isaac does go for the proper 3-hatch build, but they'll put it in kind of it may look like a really random location, but that's where they'll put a Sim City, maybe even Slungs for sure, but maybe an Evo chamber. They'll do it against Terran 2 to stop like Vulture run bys and stuff. If you watch some games are coming back to me now. I want to say Boxer played the entire round of 16. Boxer played against Zergs. And a lot of those games were on Ragnarok. Like, if you actually look at the TLPD of Ragnarok map, like, it is very Terran favored, according to their statistics. But again, that's not really true because more than half of those games are Boxer's TVZs, and Boxer right now, 2001, wicked good at Terran versus Zerg. And so, like, that's kind of showing, again, you can kind of derive that from the issues of map statistics, because it doesn't really matter as much, because it just kind of depends on the player and the matchup and who they're playing, not so much the map sometimes. As it's not, StarCraft isn't as much as what you think of a build order when, as it's just kind of the players executing as well. You can't derive that from, but yeah. So we'll see. I'll be interested what IntoTheRain will perform in this game, because I'm thinking, what are their options? We'll have to see. You could try to forge FE. If there was a map to do it on, it would be this one. In the map pool, actually, no, that's a lie. Neo Legacy of Char could probably be another map where you could potentially forge FE on. It'd be hard, but you could get away with it. And the only reason why I say on this map is not because that the main and natural are linked in any way, but it's because you only have a whoa. IntoTheRain, looking like the badass he is with that hair, being awesome. But that, if you properly Sim City off the natural, then all you have to do is have to worry about is a ramp. So it's not the most optimal position for Protoss, but it's more, you could get away with an expansion. Isaac, though, looking like how I love his flow. Back in 2000. I think he has look at his eye. Very weird. But he's Isaac. So he's got the hair. That's all I care about. So we're gonna get into this, guys. IntoTheRain versus Isaac coming up momentarily. Here we go. We're in it. Master as the observer. IntoTheRain is clanless according to his name. Has no clan tag on it, and the game's about to begin. We get the Protoss intro. We're gonna get Protoss music for this game. All right, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner as our white Protoss. It will be IntoTheRain. And in the bottom, oh, I forgot. Isaac doesn't play Zerg versus Protoss. He plays PvP. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, huh? Look at them. So Isaac will actually be a Protoss, and he'll be teal this time. Huh. Look at that. PvP instead. Didn't know that. Oopsie.
러시 거리가 짧기 때문에 질럿에 의해 상당히 많이 타격받고
To
그렇다면 결과할 수 있는 것은 구드론 발업적거리밖에 없는데
the rain will be Protoss and he will be white.
앞마당은 고사하고 본진에서 트윈의 처리를
We don't have a white color, so he'll be black.
프로토스의 하드코어 질럿을 막는 게 굉장히 벅차더라. 예.
Alright then,
선수가 이야기를 하는군요.
네. 이 라그나로크라고 하는 맵이 저우에게
okay.
유리하다라고 이제 많은 분들이
PvP, so not that really maps have an impact on PvP. I really doubt 12 years would actually affect PvP that much, to be honest. It's either gonna be like gate with gas or it's gonna be a 2-gate opening, so we'll see. I just spent so much time with Zerg versus Protoss, and I'm like, no. Do you really need to? I just love the MS paint of this map. It's just like, oh yes. It's like the worst lines ever to scout. They don't even go up the ramp. These people are so bad. At least they changed the color, I guess, if they're supposed to mean anything. It's something that we lack a lot of, actually. Nowadays, actually, it's actually interesting. There's so many things that make up a component of a nice StarCraft video. It's just that not every company uses. Oh, and we're gonna have a proxy gateway from Isaac. Isaac, what are you planning? He's just doing a 2-gate, but there's gonna be a proxy gateway. But does it really matter though? Because as long as IntoTheRain is gonna be like, well, I need to defend my ramp. I mean, you can just position Zealots in such a way that Isaac can't do anything, unless he brings the probes and tries to do the mining trick. Oh, he's up to 3 gates. Did he cancel that actually? Huh. Did Isaac cancel that gateway? I don't see it warping in on the mini-map, but could be wrong. Oh, IntoTheRain might get. Oh, IntoTheRain gets the scouting information. He will see that is a delayed gateway coming up right now. Something might be going on in his head. If he sees no gas, this is gonna be troublesome for him. And I don't think he's seeing gas. IntoTheRain's gonna have to try to speculate what the hell is going on right now, as he went through down a cybercore without gas. So he knows that there's a proxy coming in. If he can put one and one together, hopefully, unless he thinks that Isaac's an incompetent player, that I've ever done so much on ladder before. Like, oh, he's doing something stupid. He doesn't know anything. Oh, he just proxied me. Oh. Isaac, what, and he's going to continue to rally units across the map. Interesting what IntoTheRain is going to be doing. Well, this actually is not a terrible idea from IntoTheRain, because he's gonna. That really kind of restricts Isaac's ability to kind of do a harass, because that 3rd gate was gonna have to help defend, because IntoTheRain is gonna have, if he comes out on top, of course, of micro, or if they come out even, IntoTheRain is gonna have an extra Zelda or 2 because of that gateway coming in much quicker. So interesting. And there goes down the cyber core. I believe we already have gas down for Isaac right now, if I'm looking at that correctly. Still just kind of stockpiling up some zealots right now, as Isaac is going to be on the defensive right here. If he can get up some goons on the high ground, he should be safe from this counter push from IntoTheRain. And IntoTheRain could be in a little bit of trouble if Isaac decides to get up like 4 or 5 zealots from that proxy location, then just go for it, as he's. I believe he's rallying units across the map. And oh, he's gonna be falling out with DTs. Look at him. Look at him going for that Citadel tech, gonna be falling into Templar Archives. Okay then. But actually no gas though. Isaac is done. Isaac will just lose from a build order loss, actually, if this game continues. He won't have gas for an OBS. I mean, he still stands through this threat at his front door for sure. There's 4 zealots right here. Isaac is, if IntoTheRain can just stall for his Templar tech to come out, he's gonna be fine. And all the Zel's going to be retreating for Into the Rain right here. So things aren't going to look good for Isaac at all. This is not good at all. I mean, Isaac will see the Templar Archives. If he can throw down the Forge, of course, he might be safe if he reads that correctly, if he saw the Templar Archives. But he seems very keen on killing off that gateway. But there's so much reinforcements from Into the Rain right here. He should be fine. Well, so I'm completely misreading this, and I'm missing. Actually, no, there's a good amount of Zelds here. I'm mixing up the colors because they look so nice, or seem so similar because the VOD is such terrible quality. But the point is, there we are. Yes. He's gonna try to get a cannon, or hopefully a cannon. But again, if that DT can get out, though, like it's game over. At least in terms of the aggression from Isaac. But will that DT be able to get out, of course? And that's kind of the reason why he's target firing the gateways. But I don't think it will be enough, because either if that gateway goes down, which it might, before the DT gets out, or the cannons are going to finish. Oh, the gateway will die before the DT's out. So Isaac is doing his best to get that from stopping the DT to come out right now, because he realizes like, oh shit, I have something to deal with right now. But it looks like all the Zealots that he sent over, Into the Rain has defeated and no gas to follow up with. So it's probably, I'm assuming Isaac's probably throwing down a Forge at his base to get a cannon up. He's still trying to do his best, but I don't really see it being potential of him coming back right now. Oh man. Oh no. Will the DT get out? No, the DT will not get out again. Like this game is just getting way too escalated in terms of this DT coming out right here. Into the Rain, you know, just doing what he can to continue. Whoopsie, in order to continue, just making sure he can survive, of course. Trying to reposition my microphone. That's not really working for me. Alright, so, okay. Now, oh, he's going to the mineral line right now. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, no. Please tell me, please tell me. Did Into the Rain? Okay, I think I just saw the DT out. Yeah, it's sorry. I apologize. I'm honestly trying to read this as best I can, but the colors, the colors in this are so blanded for Protoss. Versus Protoss, it's hard for me to actually read like what colors these are. I get a nice shot of the action going on here. Two people sitting in front of computers. That is something that you don't really need in a StarCraft video. Finally getting the gas for Isaac, but really, I feel like that's the downfall of such a late gas. It's understandable for Isaac, and I'm not gonna, hypercritical of the guy, because his idea was like, I'm gonna go there and kill off Into the Rain as best I can. I mean, now he's in a lot of trouble because Isaac has not gotten gas yet, and we can have Reavers out very shortly, and that's kind of the reason why I don't really want to go for a Forge. I guess it'd be better to go for the Robo, because then you'll have the own tech to counteract Reavers quicker with your own Reavers. He needs a High Templar actually, huh? Interesting. So you mean you get a storm? I mean, there's so many more potentials for Into the Rain right now than Isaac has, because he's gonna have to worry about putting cannons all over his base because of the potentiality for a shuttle or something to come in and drop off a DT. Really, Isaac doesn't know what's on his way because he just has to forfeit all map control at this point, because he's used all of his resources to try to do some damage down to Into the Rain, and he's gonna get up his own Citadel at this time. Counteract with his own DTs potentially. But I mean, honestly, that's kind of silly, because if Into the Rain is a competent player, he's going to get Obstack out sooner or later. And not only that, Isaac should realize that he has like 4,000 cannons in the middle of his base. So I question the integrity of going DTs to follow this up with. I have to assume that Into the Rain is going to have Obstack out soon. But damn, Isaac has a lot of zealots though. That is something that's that is something that is going very well for him. His high zealot count. All right. And his DT is that white? Yeah, that's white. Okay. Checking running out. He's trying to check for the proxy right now. In the rain, being like, yeah, I'm badass going down. There's the shuttle, and he already has obstac. I'd be astonished if Into the Rain does not pull a win here in this PvP. Isaac looking like him, doing the stuff he does. Oh man. And here comes the DT drop. Oh wait, he doesn't have a cannon on the bottom part of his nexus, so he's in a little bit of trouble right here. This DT drop could do something. He will spot it, of course. No, Zealot drop. No, oh, he's got a storm. He's got a storm. He's got a storm. No! Oh no, no! Oh no, that storm was not even that awesome, but that's okay. Oh, that's sneaky. That's so sneaky. Oh, the storm. Where's probes? Oh no. Okay, Isaac still has probes. Okay. That's pretty crazy. That is. Oh, the storm! Oh no! Oh no! Look at them clapping. Oh no! Oh my goodness. You know, that was funny because that was a whole bunch of pictures of 8 and 9-year-olds. Those are probably the pro gamers nowadays. Just watch those all pro gamers in their toddler form in this video. He's not even gonna lose either High Templar. He's just gonna make an Archon with it. All right. Oh no. And he's just gonna drop the Archon in there. Cannon versus Archon. Who wins? Oh, and it looks like the Archon will for sure right here. And he will pick up the Archon. Oh, and then he's gonna just drop off a DT in there. Why is Isaac still in this game? There's the GG. Korean competence being GG. Isaac will go on, so no hard loss there. But entertaining game though. I think that's really trying to kill off the DTs before they got out. Into the Rain, just kind of scrapping them up, throwing cannons all over his base, and then finally getting it down. Entertaining game. So where does that leave us now? I will tell you. Well, we're going to go in the round of 8, which is going to be Group A, which I'll talk about in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Jamie signing out. Peace.